All right, welcome back to Truth at the Table, guys. Hey y'all.
So long.
It's been
Forever.
Too long. It's been 5 million years. Yeah, it's been a while. So we're back. I know we said we were gonna be back before, but we're back.
We're back.
And we have a really good topic. So. I'm Vanessa. Nice to see you again. Yeah, let's
Madison. Zay. Eddie.
I am Pizza Gay.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Melissa. You can see it. There you go.
Ethan Taylor.
Let me tell you, the question is, in a relationship, and of course, you know, we're talking about relationships that are leading to marriage, so, right? In a relationship, who carries most of the responsibility, or who has the most responsibility, men or women?
Or is it equal?
Or
y'all
is it
get that mic?
equal? Somebody get that right. Zay, pick it up.
Y'all want to pick it up?
Oh, you're gonna start. Okay.
Who wants to start?
Zay started off.
Go ahead, Zay.
Because you added something to it.
Yeah,
Is it
it's
equal?
That's legal. In my opinion, I simply think by default it's the man.
The man, okay.
By default.
Why so?
Men are, I'm not even gonna say usually, men are the leaders, should be the leaders.
Right.
And
Godly relationships.
Yeah, godly relationships, yes.
Yes.
Men are, even the scriptures tell us that the man is the head of the household, or the man is the priest. And most women, I gotta say this correctly, most women want a man to lead.
Yeah.
Yes.
So-
Yes.
So yeah, most women want a man to lead. So in leading,
It's true.
even if you think in every other aspect, your boss, whoever your boss is, whoever your pastor is, like,
Whoever's the leader.
yeah, whoever the leader, they have the most responsibility. Whoever the head, they have the most responsibility because they oversee everything. So that's just by default. Yeah,
Can't argue my dog right there.
that's my opinion.
All right.
Any conflicting opinions?
I see you don't got nothing to say. Cause I just see you cut your eyes.
I said enough.
No. Say it.
It's not my turn.
It's not
All right.
my turn.
When was it ever
All right,
time for you
so
to take a turn?
with the women, what do you have to say with that? Because I've heard from a friend that, us women, we have to watch over the kids, and not only watch over the kids, but then also make sure that you as my leader, meaning the man, like, is taken care of, and then the management of the home and the cooking of the meals, and also sometimes you all are working as well. So she felt that,
The support.
with her, that the support is a lot and is more, even though the leader might get the brunt, I guess, the weight, but as far as just the management and keeping this machine going, it's a lot. So would you say then that women actually, in that support factor, as my friend said,
I'm the friend.
is,
I was gonna say.
as Vanessa said, is more, because there's a lot going on.
Well, I mean, to clarify, I didn't say that it was more. I said it could be equal, but it's different responsibilities. I wouldn't say that, your responsibility is more because you're the leader and my responsibility is less because I'm not the leader. We have different roles, and those different responsibilities carry different weight.
That sounds nice with a camera, but when Vanessa and Zay was arguing in the gym, in front of the gym, we was asking strangers, total strangers.
And all the strangers that we asked were women, and they were like, yeah, the women have more
And
responsibility.
Vanessa was saying the same thing. She said that she kept the same energy.
I got the same energy. That's how I feel.
That women are
And
has more.
and I conceded to him on the fact where he was saying, okay, men have more responsibility because they have to leave. So if everything fall apart, it would be on them. But I'm like, equally, if we fall apart as the woman in the relationship, running, managing the home, taking care of your children, everything still falls apart.
Yeah.
Right. Ideally, those roles, especially with kids, it would be nice. Ideally, it would be amazing if it was shared, like raising the kids was shared. Like,
Right.
if I'm sick one day, my husband, come on, Jesus, my husband, hallelujah,
I'm gonna let you finish.
my husband knows where to find diapers. He knows where those little things, those minor things. You know what I mean?
But hold on.
Like,
And I don't want to cut you off.
Right.
But I'm just saying that and keep the same thought. But
yeah.
it's almost sounding like the women are just raising the kids and the guys are just nowhere. Like
No,
we're
but
not also
no.
doing that fatherly
I'm
duty.
right. I'm not saying that
It's-
that's
it's
not
being
happening.
shared.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Ideally, and it does
No,
happen.
it's not even
does
ideal.
happen.
Realistic is being shared.
That's what I'm saying. I
But
just said, friend, it happens. It happens,
Not
but
every time the situation, like Eddie, the situation you're talking about, that's now becoming to now popular. Like 2-3 years ago, it was more kind of it used to be like he does situation. But as everybody's getting more comfortable in those situations are now shared, those type of stress and those relievers are now, I guess, equally distributed.
But I'm saying
Kinda.
it's
I'm
like
saying
if,
it's happening.
It's happening.
I'm not saying it's not happening.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that there aren't dads out there who are, very involved. Yes,
1000%.
I see that. I just wanted to say ideally, so that just to add on to what Vanessa was saying, right? She's saying, what y'all said in the gym, right? She said,
Which did?
Planet.
y'all,
You finished?
Shout out.
I stay down the street. Nobody told me.
that she feels like, and some of the other women that you guys spoke to, they have more of those kind of responsibilities, right? Is that what I heard?
Yeah. I mean,
So that's why I'm saying ideally it would be nice. Okay, if mommy got to sit down today, all right, daddy can.
Okay.
I mean, because as a dad, he has his own
yeah.
things that he needs to
He's
like.
disciplining
I
the
can't be
kids.
a dad, right?
No,
Right.
not at
Right,
all.
he
Right.
has his own things, but then the things that you guys can do together, the making sure that they're fed, making sure that they're muted, wash them, brush
Right,
them
that's
teeth,
why-
stuff like that,
I have a question.
things like that.
Many decades ago, most households had a man working and a woman was at home taking
At
care
home,
of
so
the
right.
Now,
I
with
mean, all
women
that came
being
from
so
that.
introduced into the workforce, is your question now that we're in the workforce, do you guys feel like you're still doing all the home duties and working? And the men are just working and not?
I think that's the dynamic that is the issue, because if home was your only job, that was your job. Because I think Zay don't remember what he said, but he was like, y'all built for that.
And actually, but you
Hold on.
Look at Madison's face. She's
He
a
was
problem.
like, y'all built for that. Which is true.
Zay, did you say that? Yes or no?
Yeah,
Okay.
which I'm not arguing with that, right?
Okay.
Yes.
I got a point.
God created us to fit a certain role, and there's certain things
Yes.
in us that are not in the man. Perfectly fine. But my thing is, decades ago when home was my job, fine. But nowadays, home is not just your job. You have a real 9 to 5. You also have to manage the home. You also have to support your, boss alpha husband. You know what I mean? Because, the men are out doing their thing. They trying to get the bag. Whatever it is, you still have to be that support system for them, for the kids, at work, for whatever else you're doing. So it's a juggling act, whereas the men don't have to juggle as much.
Well, I'll introduce this question to you. Even though I'm older than you, not too much, right? When you grew up, no, seriously. I grew up, the toys I have was the army. I got my little army, you might have grew up with dolls and easy bake oven. So at a young age, you were trained in what your role was to an extent.
Right.
And so a lot of times now, even at our old age, what we do based off what we grew up doing.
Yeah.
Especially if you grew up in certain households and you saw this is what the woman did, this is what the man did. Nowadays, because of society and the workforce, you see a lot of men can actually cook better than women, I feel like, or even cook. A lot of women I talk to don't know how to cook. Like what's and it's true, and so now you got a simple role reversal. So a lot of times because you're working, I think the introduction of women in the workforce has that opinion that women aren't taking care of their houses, and that's not true. Because a lot, especially black men, they like black men are deadbeat dads, and that's just absolutely not the truth. Black men are there for their children. I don't care what they say.
Yes,
And the few people they put on TV and try to portray it is absolutely a false narrative, and shame on them for that.
Come on, truth. Bring that truth to the table.
Bring the truth to the table.
Yeah.
That was
So,
it.
all right, but it's an interesting example that Zay said in the beginning,
Right, I
where
still wanna
I'm
go back to what
wondering,
he said.
because you know how he said, all right, with leaders, we all have jobs, right? And we might not be the CEO of that company, but being that you're the support staff, would you say that you still, when you're not the leader, but just like whether you're the hand or the support staff, you do like most of the bulk work while they make the decisions, but as far as the physical labor,
So it's like
you're
the
doing
burden.
it.
The
So-
burden really rests on them heavier. So again, relationships. Yeah, the husband, the burden on him might be greater, but then you got the wife taking care of the day-to-day stuff too. Alleviate that burden.
So
know.
with that example that you used,
Alright, so-
then it kind of is going to the women's favor, saying that, you know,
Alright, so I'm gonna go back to this work.
I'm being devil's advocate.
Always being devil's advocate.
Alright, let's go back to this work thing. Alright, so because women are starting to work more, and because things are equal.
But even take out the work.
If you
What
take
if it
out-
was just traditional?
But if
The
you
day,
take-
the duty
So
of
like
the
what
house.
DaCosta said, if you take out, because it's starting to seem they feel like they have more weight now because they have to work now. Well, not necessarily have to work, but because I'm gonna say people like this, because everybody works now. So that's what I'm hearing. Since everybody works now, I gotta go to my job and I have to do everything that I do with the kids. And I gotta do everything that I do with cooking and cleaning. And I gotta do everything that I gotta do with pleasing you. And I gotta do everything that I gotta do with the kids. And I gotta do everything. And I gotta do everything with keeping myself together. Now let's flip it. So the man, I gotta do everything to do with the kids. I gotta do everything to do with my job. I gotta do everything to do with, let's say if the bills are not being paid or something like that, right? If the bill's not being paid or there's not food on the table, the man not gonna tell the woman, hey babe, what's going on? The woman gonna tell the man, hey, we both working, but what's up? What we doing? Who's she gonna look to?
Yeah.
She gonna look at the man.
Mm.
Anything that goes wrong, whether it's financially, and I'm talking about specifically in the marriage now, anything that goes wrong, I could generalize, anything that goes wrong, the woman's gonna look at the man. If the kid's not acting right, I can't control this no more. Hey, if we both working, but for whatever reason, money get, hey, it's never the woman really, it's never the man really looking at the woman, because first of all, it'd be backwards. It's come on, it's like
And also, like, don't worry, studio audience member, we're coming to you.
it depends on what.
No, but here's another thing.
No, I hear you though. I hear you.
It don't work. It works.
And plus a good thing that he said is like, we're kind of acting like in the modern day world that the man is not also helping raise the kids as well, or helping.
Hold
in the
on, that's
cleaning.
not what we're saying.
That's not what we're saying.
That's
though.
not what we're
That's
saying.
not what was said.
We have verbally
But-
said it happens.
Hold
We
on,
see
time out,
where.
time out. That was one of our things, right? That is what you guys are saying, because at the end of the day, watch this. The majority of men marry men and good men, and this is what I see a lot. The majority of men don't interact with their children like how they should, because they're working too much. That's their choice. The majority of men that I know,
Okay.
when it comes time to giving intimacy time to their wife, they don't, because they're working too much, because they understand, hey bro, listen, I can't do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and make sure that I take care of everything else where we got the house.
Because innately, men are not multitaskers.
Because so y'all built for it.
No.
So,
Y'all, I
So
think
why
we have
y'all
a
complaining?
comment from somebody
Right.
that's not around the table.
right.
Yeah,
Innately, men are not multitaskers, right?
Yeah.
They kind of tackle things one at a time, head on, which is cool. That's how they're designed, and we're designed differently, where we can tackle a multitude of things.
Yes.
You know,
So you agreeing with me? So then what's wrong
I'm
in Zay
not-
saying that y'all built for it, so don't
No,
complain?
I
Wait,
never
come on.
said.
I'm glad you brought it up though. I'm glad you brought that up though,
I've
because I
never
wanted
said
to
something's
say.
wrong with the fact that he said we're built for it. We're
Right.
built differently.
Hold on, but I want to say though, and we're built for it, but that does not mean that if y'all see us needing help, that you don't help us.
That it's the thing
Yes.
is, because they see us do it, so I guess so effortlessly. They think it's without effort. They think it's easy.
Yes.
Like, yeah, you built for that. You can do it. But just because it's something that I've been made to do doesn't mean it comes.
Right.
It doesn't
Yes,
come with
we
its
are
struggles. That it's
nurtured.
a difficult task to
I have a
accomplish.
question for two-part question. Well, first thing I want to say, I think a lot of times when you talk about those kind of roles, you guys look at it from an emotional standpoint. And when you guys look at men, you don't see their emotions because we're trained to hide and suppress our emotions, not to show it. So even when we're in fear or we're scared about a situation, we can't show y'all at all. Y'all, what? We jelly Batman? No.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times when
Yeah, but
he's
not in
nervous,
America. That's not helping.
no, it's not helping, but a lot of that happens.
Bro, they
Men,
show it.
Hey, we
I don't
can't.
wanna
We
show
have
it.
to be tough.
But in a way,
Yes,
as a
sir.
man though, as a man, you can't be breaking down in front of your girl.
Thank you.
And like, cause
Yeah,
if
don't-
you're breaking down, she's gonna break down. Then what's gonna happen?
Exactly.
And is this true
Now
from
y'all
what
gonna
you
look
just
at us
said?
weak if
You
we
said when I
start.
need help. Now here's the question: are you asking for the help? Because a lot of
But why
women,
me
a lot of women
ask?
talk but don't communicate, and that's a hard thing to say.
You are right about that. Thinking objectively about women on a whole, we tend to do this thing where, and you try not to do it if you're aware of it. We tend to do this thing where I shouldn't have to ask you,
Yeah, 'cause
or
it's just a-
you should see me struggling and want to do it. You should see me tired and want to help me.
It's like the
But
damsel in distress.
it's
type.
Yeah.
kind of
But
like
now-
I
You
get
know,
it.
but now we live in a
you need
world
to
where it's
ask
like-
and talk up.
As a
Right.
man-
So what you need to say.
Yeah,
That's
we
what
need to
me and her-
verbalize. We
Yeah,
do
like,
need to talk a
Say
little bit
it.
more.
Say it.
I mean, if I see fall on the floor, I know.
Because if you stay there
Yeah.
and just you're gonna hurt yourself. So if you want something from him, ask him.
But nowadays, it's like women don't really want your help because they do everything themselves.
Ooh,
They don't
we
want.
want they want your help. No,
Help
they want your help.
Help me.
Help me. Help. It's
I want that.
Okay, so
Stop.
let's put it realistically, right?
Yeah.
You're a woman and you're making good money, right? You don't need a man for finances, right? You can make a phone call and get anything you want anytime in the day, right? You're not fighting crime, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so it's like you see a man who's chivalrous and it's like, yeah, he can open a door for you, but like it's not like you'll value that because you don't really need him, technically.
No,
But-
I value that. I value that.
That's toxic femininity.
That's more that
Toxic femininity.
That is going
Right.
around, 100%. That is going around.
It goes around. It's not here though.
It's not here, not at this
It's
table.
not at the table.